Right, sir. Now, then what is the talk content here we are discussing now? Now tell me what topics here we are understanding there. What is the topic we are understanding? Advanced Java, then JDBC, then JDBC introduction part. Inside the introduction part, databases, database management systems. That concepts here we are understanding. Right, sir. Will you answer for my questions? Simple questions. Right, sir. Now tell me, what is the abbreviation for JDBC? Java Database Connectivity. Second class kid can answer this, right? Don't worry. Next one is, how many types of storage areas are available? Storage areas. Two types. What are the two types now? Temporary storage areas and second permanent storage areas. Tell me the examples for temporary storage areas. Buffers and Java objects. Buffers and what there? Java objects. Right, sir. It's okay, fine. Then how many types of permanent storage areas are available? Three types. What are the three types now? File systems, database management systems, data warehouses. What are the problems with the file systems? Four problems mainly. The first one is what there? Platform dependent, not suitable for platform independent technologies. Second one is what there? Lesser data. It is able to store what data? Lesser data. Next one is what there? Lesser security. Next one is what there? Data redundancy, more data redundancy. Duplicate data is possible. No query languages support. Database operations are very much difficult. Got it? What I'm telling you now. So this is exactly the point about like what there. Alright, sir. File systems problems, but easy to maintain and simple to manage. Good. Next one is, what are the advantages with the database management systems? What are the advantages with the database management systems? Alright, sir. Same. Whatever the drawbacks we have seen with the file system, same advantages here we are getting. What are the advantages now? What is the first one here? Come on, it's a platform independent, suitable for platform independent programming languages. How much data it is able to store? More data, not less data, more data when compared with the file systems. How much security it is able to provide? More security it is able to provide. Okay, fine. After that, after completion of this, data redundancy is less or more? Less data redundancy. Code reusability, data reusability is more. Okay, fine. After that, what next one here we are able to provide there after completion of this content here now? Query languages support is available. When query language support is available, database operations are very simple, completed. All right, but still, what is the drawback with these database management systems now? No fast retrieval mechanisms. Fast retrieval mechanisms are not available. That is the reason why we have to go for what their data warehouses. Now tell me, what are the advantages of the data warehouses? Now tell me. Right, sir. Now, first one is what there? More data, more space, more storage, more security, faster retrieval mechanisms are available in the form of like what there? Data mining techniques. They are the advantages. Now, after that, tell me the differences between database and database management systems. Database is a storage area, storage element to store data. Database management system is a software system. It is able to manage the data by performing the database operations like create, read, update, delete, and so on. Got it now? Then second level definition. What is the second level definition here? We are going to understand. What is a database here? We are going to understand if you observe carefully. Database is a collection of interrelated data. But database management system is the collection of interrelated data and a set of programs to perform the database operations. After that, how many types of database management systems are available? There are three types. What are the three types of database management systems now? Relational database management systems, object-oriented database management systems, and object relational database management systems. Relational database management system is able to manage the data in the form of like what are their tables. Object-oriented database management system is able to manage the data in the form of objects. Object relational database management system is able to manage the data in the form of like what their objects and relations, the like what their tables. SQL2 will be used in RDBMS. OQL will be used in object-oriented database management system, and SQL3. SQL3 is like what there SQL2 plus OQL, that will be used for what their object relational database management systems. Up to this part we completed in the last class about like what there. All right, sir. Database and database management systems. The total introduction part here we understood. After that, one more small topic about the databases now. That small topic is what there query processing system. Query processing system. So this topic is required for us. Why? Because in a future I'm going to discuss about the differences between statement and prepared statement. In the future I'm going to discuss about statement and prepared statement. The topic I'm going to discuss there. So to understand that particular question, particular topic, now a part of the introduction we have to understand this query processing system. Then only here we are able to understand it now. Okay, but we are going to understand this clearly. Right, sir. Now, first of all of you answer for it. Now tell me, all of you understand this. Right, sir. Now, for example, if I open SQL prompt, where if I type SQL query, if I send that SQL query to the database, how database is going to execute that particular SQL query? How it is able to execute it, and how is it possible to perform the database operations through this particular query? Right. The total concept will come under like what their query processing system. Anyway, right. Anyway, when compared with JDBC, even when compared with JDBC, or instead of learning this concept in JDBC, it's better to learn this concept in our Oracle database. In Oracle course, this concept must be available. Understand it clearly now. Then, if it is a case, if that concept is available in Oracle, our work is very simple. Analyzing the database internals is a part of the Oracle, not the part of the JDBC developer's responsibility. JDBC developer responsibility is what their database is available. That's it. Just submitting queries from Java program. That's it. That is the responsibility of the JDBC application developer. But what is available internal inside the database is what their database administrator responsibility. Database developers responsibility, not our responsibility. But as we are understanding that internal concepts, no, so definitely we have to understand this content here. That is the reason why I'm giving this total content to you now. Right. So now, first of all, understand the point here. Query processing system. This is a topic here we have to understand. Right, sir. First of all, now observe carefully. When we submit an SQL query to the database, now first of all, tell me, who is executing Java programs? JVM. JVM is a machine which is executing Java programs. It knows about it how to run Java programs. Similarly, to perform database operations, SQL queries must be executed at database. SQL queries must be executed at a database. At a database, a separate engine is provided to execute our SQL queries. That engine is called database engine. That engine is called what there? Database engine. In some other words, database server. In other words, database server or database engine. Right. When we submit an SQL query to the database, at a database, at a database, database engine will execute the provided SQL query by following the by using the following actions. What actions it is able to follow? All right. So now I'll show in the form of a diagram. Now try to understand it clearly. First of all, observe carefully. Now, so this is database. This is database. Now, what next one here? After understanding this database, no? Next one is, this is like what their EMP1 table here I'm going to take. Of course, remember carefully what is the point here I'm telling to you. Database side, everything I'm going to represent in the form of uppercase letters. In my overall concepts, if you have to there, database side, I'm going to represent everything in the form of like what there, uppercase letters. In fact, the same convention is going on in the database sides now. Okay, table names and everything we can represent in the form of like what there, uppercase letters. SQL is not case sensitive. SQL is what there, case insensitive. We can add the queries either by using lowercase letters or by using what there, uppercase letters. Understand it clearly. Now here, I'm going to prepare a table EMP1. Alright. When we create a table EMP1, what fields here we want to have there? First of all, understand this clearly. Now, ENO, ENAME, ESHAL and EADDR. These are the columns here I'm going to take in the database table. Okay, right, sir. This is like what the database table here I'm going to create. Right, sir. Now, ENO, then ENAME, then what next one here? ESHAL and EADDR. Like this here we are going to have what there? The data. Right. So database EMP1, the columns are available. Inside these columns, I'm going to keep some data. What data here I'm going to provide there? 111, say for example, AAA, right, sir. Now, this is data here we are going to provide there. Now, for example, 222 BBP, some value here 6000, I'd have it. Next one is, right, sir. Now, like this, here we are going to take some data. So overall, now this is about like what the EMP1 table, right? Inside the database may be Oracle or maybe MySQL, that doesn't matter. Any database, EMP1 table, the table data is existed now. My requirement is what there? I want to fetch this total data. I want to retrieve this total data. I want to perform read operation now. If you want to perform read operation, then what we have to do now? Right, now before going to understand that point here, first of all, understand this content clearly. This is a database here we have taken. To perform the database operations, to perform what their database operations, here we are going to have a separate engine. As I said to you already, that engine is like what there? Database engine. Database engine. Separate engine is available. That engine is what there? Database engine. Right. Now this database engine will connect with the database through username and password. Database engine will connect with the database through what their data username and password. See, whenever we open SQL prompt, where when we type connect, sorry. Now, whenever we open SQL prompt where we are writing connect system slash Durga or maybe username slash password, or connect command if you write now, automatically it is connecting with the database or not. It means that it is open the database doors. Then who will open the database doors now? Database engine. Just understand it clearly. Just like it is like what there, a house. Database is a house. In front of that house, watchman is available or not? When you come here, watchman will open the doors, then we are going to enter inside the database, inside the house now. The same way, database engine is a watchman, then this is what their house. That's it, where our required data is available. Yes, sir, got it or not? Okay, fine now. All right, sir. Now this is a scenario. Now I want to perform database operation. Total data, whatever the data here we are having here, the total data I want to retrieve from database to my application now. Maybe Java application or whatever it may be, but time being I'm going to use command prompt. Timing I'm going to use like what there, command prompt. So now this is like what there, command prompt. Here we can understand SQL prompt. SQL prompt in the sense just like command prompt. SQL prompt in the sense like what there, just like command prompt. Okay. All right. Then whenever we are getting like this, then after that, what we are going to do there after completion of this, the next one is I need to write SQL query. How the query is going to be provided here, now observe carefully. Now SQL, there we are going to write like what there, select star from EMP1. Of course, we can write the table name like what there, EMP1, no problem, both are same. Even select star from EMP1, everything in uppercase letter, no issues, valid still. Or else lowercase letters, still valid. Okay, why? Because that SQL is what there, case insensitive programming language, not case sensitive programming language. But Java is what? Case sensitive programming language. Understand it now? Right, sir. Now select star from EMP1. Here we are getting it no. Now here the point is what there. When we submit, when we click on enter button with this particular query on SQL prompt, automatically that query will come to database engine. Automatically that query will come to what there, database engine. That's clear. Query will come to database engine. Now database engine will execute this query. How database engine is able to execute this particular query, that we have to understand. Right, sir? Now all of you observe carefully how it is going to be executed. Now try to understand it clearly. Database engine will execute this query by following 4 steps. What are the 4 steps now? The first one is query tokenization. First one is what there? Query tokenization. Next one is query parsing. Query parsing. Next one is what there? Query optimization. Then query optimization. Query execution. These are all 4 steps. Whatever database engine is performing the activities. Tell me guys, all of you now tell me what exactly the activities which are performed by database engine. No, first one is like what there, query tokenization. Okay, next one is what there, query parsing. All right, what next one again? No, query optimization. After completion of this, then what next one again? No, query execution. These are all 4 steps what database engine is able to perform. Okay. Okay, right, sir. Database engine, query tokenization, query parsing, query optimization. Then finally here what we are getting there, query execution. All the content here we are able to provide. All right, sir. It's okay, fine. Now, what is the meaning of this query tokenization? How this query tokenization is going to be performed here now? How query tokenization is going to be performed? What exactly the process of query tokenization? Nothing, sir. Query tokenization will take the provided SQL query as an input. It will divide that entire SQL query into number of pieces. Query tokenization phase will divide the total query into number of pieces. Dividing the total query into number of pieces is called what there? Tokenization. Dividing the total query into number of pieces is called as what there? Query tokenization. All right. Finally, what it is providing there? Observe carefully. In query tokenization, we are able to get something like what there? Select comma, select comma, star comma, from comma, emp1 comma, semicolon. This is the meaning of like what there? Tokenization. Finally, what we are getting is an output no stream of tokens. What we are getting is stream of tokens as an output here we are getting. What is that output here we are getting there? No, stream of tokens. That stream of tokens as an output here we are getting. Try to understand it clearly. After this, after completion of this stream of tokens now, what next one here we are able to get here? Now understand it clearly. After this, after completion of this content here, just 1 minute. Right, sir. After getting this stream of tokens as an output now, the stream of tokens is provided as an input to the query parsing phase. Query parsing phase will take the stream of tokens as an input. Then immediately query parsing phase is able to check syntax errors are available or not in the query. What is the main job of the query parsing phase? No, it will check whether any error is available or not, any mistakes are available or not in our SQL query. Understand my point? No. In general, when we write Java program, compilation we are performing or not? For what purpose we are performing compilation here? No. For what purpose we are performing compilation here? No. Just to check errors here. Mainly we are going to check that errors. No, right? Charge it. Right? Just we are checking like with what there errors. No. Understand my point clearly? Similarly, here the point is like what there. Whenever we have written an SQL query, before going to execute that SQL query, first we have to check that query is the right query or not. That query contains any error or not. Understand it clearly. So because of that reason here, what I am telling to you, observe carefully. Because of that reason here, we are going to provide the content is like what there, what we are providing there. We are going to check the errors. To check the errors here, we are going to use what there query parsing phase. But how it is able to check the errors now? How is it possible for query parsing phase to check the errors now? Right, sir. Now observe carefully. How is it possible to check that errors can now? If we come for this particular point here, answer is very clear. Observe carefully. To check that compilation errors here, what we are providing now, it is preparing a tree representation. It is preparing what there? A tree representation. All of you understand it clearly. Query parsing phase is able to prepare a tree. The tree is called as a query tree. If the query tree is successful, no mistakes are available in that query tree. If the query tree is successful, if it is successful, directly it is an indication that no error is available in our provided SQL query. In the case, if the tree is not prepared successfully, query tree is partial, query tree is not created successfully, it is an indication for us there are some errors in our provided SQL query. Come again, what is the point here I am discussing with you about this query parsing phase? No, what is the main purpose of the query parsing phase? To check errors are available or not in the provided SQL query. How is it possible for it to check that errors? No, by preparing a tree representation. The tree is called as what? Query tree. If the query tree is constructed successfully, no errors are available. If the query tree is not constructed successfully, definitely some syntax errors are available. But how that query tree is going to be created? There are some algorithms internally. That's totally deep dive, not required for us now. Understand my point? The database analyzers know they can understand it, no, but it's not required for us. No, only simple outline information here we have to understand. How query tree is going to be created in the sense where some number of algorithms are available, parsing algorithms are available. Parsing algorithms are available, number of parsers are available to construct that query tree now. It is an internal concept here now. Understand my point clearly? Leave this part here. After this, after completion of this query parsing phase, what it is able to prepare there, a tree representation it is able to create. Say for example, how the tree is going to be created here, now observe carefully. Right, right, sir. Now here we can understand this is a tree. Now, this tree representation is nothing but what their query tree. When this tree is created, no, that query tree is provided as an output from query parsing phase. Query tree is an output from what their query parsing phase. Understand it clearly. Query tree is provided as what their query as an output from what their query parsing phase. All of you are getting it or not? Okay, fine. All right, sir. Then what is the next point here I'm telling there? Before going to execute this query, again we have to check any optimizations are possible or not. Optimizations in the sense what their memory point of view and execution time point of view. No. Understand my point here now? If any optimization is possible, then it will perform optimization over the query tree, where number of optimization algorithms are available. A number of optimization algorithms are available. By following all these optimization algorithms only, that query tree is going to be optimized. Understand my point here now? Right. Finally, what we are able to get there? Optimized query tree here we are able to get. What we are able to get? No, optimized query tree that we are able to get. Optimized query tree as an output here we are getting from what there? From the query optimization phase now. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? All right, sir. Now here we can understand it clearly. Optimized query tree. Now this is one thing, and here one thing. That's it. Just we can understand it now for our understanding purpose. No, only two nodes only here I'm providing. But here three levels are available. But here we are getting only two levels in our tree now. Now this is like what I'm telling there. Optimized query tree. Right, sir. Now this is an output from query optimization phase now. Whenever the query tree is optimized, when we provide that optimized query tree as an output from query optimization phase, that will be taken as an input by query execution phase, and it will execute that query. That query tree is going to be executed by execution phase. How this query execution phase is able to execute that? Query execution phase is able to execute that query by having an interpreter internally. Query execution phase contains an interpreter. That interpreter can execute that query tree. By the execution of that query tree, what it is able to perform the operation, which operation here we are performing there? Select operation. As per that select operation, it will fetch the total data from what there? From the database. The total data will be submitted to like what there? To the client. Here who are the client actually? Who is the client? No, SQL prompt is acting as what there? A client. Here SQL prompt is acting as what there? A client. That we can understand it clearly. Okay, fine. Right, sir. Now overall here what details here we are providing there. Now query execution phase is having some interpreter internally. This interpreter is executing our total query. When it is executing the total query here, what it will do there? It will perform the select operation. Like it will get the data. Whatever the data which is available in the database table for EMP1 table, it will fetch the data. The total fetched data will be provided to the client. Here client is what their SQL prompt. From which application we are interacting with the database, no, that is acting as what their client. Now immediately database engine will execute this total query, and database engine will send the total data. Whatever the data which is fetched already from the database table, database engine will send the data to like what there to the respective client. Now this data will be submitted to the respective client. Now at a client we are able to display the total data. On SQL prompt we are able to fetch the total data. Is it? All of you are getting my point clearly? What I am telling to you know? Understand it clearly. Now this is exactly the content here we can understand now. Okay, fine. Right, sir. So this is about our content here, what we provided regarding this what there, how an SQL query is going to be executed. Yes, sir, got it or not? Now tell me, I'm asking some questions to you, now try to answer for it. When I submit an SQL query to the database, who is responsible to execute that SQL query? Database engine. In other words, we can call it as what there, a database server. How database engine will execute a particular SQL query? By following four phases. What are the four phases? No, query tokenization, query parsing, query optimization, and query execution. What is the meaning of query tokenization? Dividing the total query into number of pieces. That each and every piece is called as a token, and a stream of tokens will be provided as an output from the query tokenization phase. Right, sir. What is the purpose of the query parsing phase? To check the errors in SQL query. How it is able to check that errors in SQL query? By constructing a tree. The tree is called as what there? Query tree. Query tree. How this query tree is going to be created? By using parsing algorithms. By using what they're parsing algorithms. But what is the approach it follows about to decide errors are available or not? Approach is very clear. If the query tree is constructed successfully, then no errors are available in our query. If the query tree is not constructed successfully, then there are some errors in our SQL query. Understand it clearly. Next one is, what is the purpose of the query optimization phase now? To optimize the SQL query execution. For what purpose there? To reduce the memory utilization, to reduce the execution time now. To optimize the memory, to optimize the execution time here. After that, what is the purpose of the query execution phase now? Query execution phase will take that optimized query as an input and it will execute the query by having an interpreter internally. By executing that query, really the database operation is going to be performed. When the database operation is performed, automatically the retrieved data, here select SQL query, here we are executing now, it will perform the database operation, it will fetch the total data, the total data will be given back to like what there, SQL prompt. That's it. Now these are the operations here, what we are performing clearly. Right, sir. Now let me go for the content here. Right, now here just I given this diagram now. Now first of all, let me provide the information clearly. Now step number one, what is that step number one here? Query tokenization. What it will perform actually? Query tokenization. It will divide the provided SQL query into the number of pieces called tokens, and it will provide a stream of tokens as an output. This is exactly the meaning of like what there, query tokenization. Next one is what there, query parsing. It will check the errors in the provided SQL query. It will check the errors in the provided SQL query by creating a tree called query tree. By creating a tree called query tree. If the query tree is successful, then no errors are available in the provided SQL query. If the query tree is not successful, then there are some errors in the provided SQL query. Right. Now this is completed. After this, point number three. Query optimization. What is this query optimization? What is the need of this query optimization here? Right. So now it will apply number of optimization algorithms in order to optimize the query tree, in order to reduce execution time and memory utilization. Right, sir. In order to reduce execution time and memory utilization. Right, sir. Now this is completed. Next one is query execution phase. What it will do there actually? It will take optimized query tree as an input and it will execute the optimized query tree by having an interpreter. Right, sir. By having an interpreter, it will take an optimized query tree as an input and it will execute the optimized query tree by having an interpreter. Means that the point is what there, with this it will perform the required database operation. It will perform the required what there, database operation. That's it. Now they are the points here what I am giving there clearly. Now observe carefully. Query tokenization, query parsing, query optimization, query execution. The required diagram also we are given. By that we are able to get clarity. All of you are getting clarity on this point now? Mandatory. I need this point in the future. In the future, whenever I'm asking this question to you, how does the query is executed internally at a database? No, then immediately we have to recollect that 4 points: tokenization, query parsing, query optimization, and query execution. These 4 points here we have to understand. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? In the future, I'm going to discuss about statement and prepared statement topic. What's the topic? No, statement and prepared statement. Observe carefully. What is the difference between these two, statement and prepared statement? If we want to understand that, we need to have knowledge on these points. Now I'm giving clarity. Now observe carefully. For example, I want to execute insert SQL query 100 times. For example, I want to execute insert SQL, any SQL query, same SQL query 100 times I want to execute. That's actual my requirement. Got it? No? 100 times I want to execute what there? Insert SQL query. Any SQL query, no problem. Not only insert, no, any SQL query. 100 times I want to execute. If I use statement, what will happen? For every insert SQL query, every time of executing insert SQL query, database engine will perform query tokenization, query parsing, query optimization, query execution. All 100 times. Query tokenization, query parsing, query optimization, query execution. No difference is available about query tokenization, query parsing, query optimization from one time to another time. But still, database engine is performing tokenization, parsing, optimization, and execution every time of executing the same SQL query. Then what is the need of performing tokenization, parsing, optimization without having changes? No, every time. What is the need of performing these three activities every time without having changes? No, is unnecessarily the database engine is performing actions or not, activities or not. So whenever it is performing unnecessarily these activities, no, automatically performance issues will come or not, performance problems we are getting or not, performance problems here we are able to get or not, performance will be down or not. Exactly. Where in this particular scenario, to improve the performance of the JDB's applications, to improve the performance of the JDB's application, we have an alternative. That alternative is available with the prepared statement. An alternative is available with what there? Prepared statement, not with the statement. Problem with the statement is what there? Unnecessary query tokenization, query parsing, query optimization over the same SQL query at each and every time. Understand my point? This is unnecessary to perform all the three operations and on the same SQL query every time now. So an alternative for that is what there? Prepared statement. In prepared statement, what is going to be happen now? Tell me. In a prepared statement, what exactly the work is going to be happen now? Tell me. The point is what there? Database engine will perform only one time tokenization, parsing, and optimization. Only one time, only first time only. Second time onwards, that query will come to what there? Query execution phase directly. Request will come to what there? Query execution. Directly it will execute the query every time, directly now, without performing tokenization, parsing, and optimization. Out of 100 times execution of the insert SQL query, only for first time only we are performing tokenization, parsing, optimization processes. Remaining 99 number of times we are not performing that. Not performing these three activities remaining 99 number of times, in the sense automatically some burden will be reduced to the database engine or not, some unnecessary work is avoided or not. So automatically execution time is reduced or not. When execution time is reduced, automatically performance of the application will be increased or not, where JDB's application performance will be improved or not. Because of that reason, prepared statement is providing more performance when compared with what their statement. Yes, sir. I'll forget my point. And prepared statement is performing more performance when compared with what their statement. This is exactly the difference between statement and prepared statement. Guys, all of you are getting my points clearly. Anyway, this is only knowledge point of view I'm giving there. Concept is available for your understanding purpose. I've given that point here. Otherwise, not required to understand. Again, I will talk about it after having some concepts in JDBC. So definitely in the future we are going to have the question like statement and prepared statement. There I'm going to discuss about this content again. But just a time being, we have to understand this total content here now. Got it? What I'm telling you know? Right, sir. Leave this content here. Now this is totally This topic here we completed. What topic here we completed here? No, query processing system. The total content here we completed. Right, sir. What is that query processing system? This total part. This entire part is what there? Query processing system. What are available inside the query processing system? These many things are available. Tokenization, parsing, optimization, and execution. Got it? Clear? Can I move forward? Can I go for next topic now? Right, sir. Good. Now the next topic is what there? JDBC definitions. Now we have to understand. My database part is completed. Now I'm coming to the up to know what I've given there. What is database? How database is available? Up to this part here I've given there. Now my intention is what there? How to connect with the database from Java applications. How we are going to perform database operations with the database from Java applications, that we are going to understand. Now we have to understand officially the JDBC content now. Now multiple definitions are available. We are going to understand the definitions clearly. Definition 1, JDBC definition 1. Of course, JDBC in the sense, as per your awareness, Java database, Java database connectivity, Java database connectivity. Anyway, the topic is available, Java database connectivity. It's okay, fine. Definition 1 here we are going to understand. What is the definition 1 here? Right, sir. Simple definitions I'm telling to you, put more concentration on. Right, sir. Now, JDBC is a step-by-step process or procedure to interact with the database from Java applications in order to perform the database operations from Java applications. Is all of you read this statement here? What we are understanding there? Everybody, simple definition. No need to have any complexity. Very simple definition. Now tell me, what is that? JDBC is a step-by-step procedure or process. Step-by-step process to interact with what? Database from Java applications. For what purpose there? In order to perform the database operations from Java applications. Previous diagram, if you understand it, all of you observe this diagram, no? This is database. Database engine and its internal process, okay, fine. But from where we are connecting with the database now, tell me? Come on, from where? SQL prompt, that is a client for a database. Here SQL prompt is acting as what there? Client for a database. Yes, sir, got it or not? Okay. Now the point is what? Here SQL prompt we have taken there to connect with the database, to perform database operations and to hold the results. SQL prompt here we have taken. But now my point is what? In place of this SQL prompt, I want to provide a Java program. In place of this SQL prompt, I'm going to use what there? A Java program. From the Java program, I want to submit SQL query to the database. Database engine has to perform the same operations. The database engine has to send the results back to what there? Java program. In Java program, I have to catch the database results and I have to utilize the data as per my requirement. Yes, sir, got my point or not? In place of SQL prompt, we have to use what there? A Java program. From Java program, we have to connect with the database and we have to execute that query set database and we have to get the results from the database to Java program. In Java program, I'm going to use the data as per my business logic. Yes, sir, all of you getting my point or not? This is nothing but JDBC. But to connect with the database and to perform database operations from Java application to database, there we are going to have some step-by-step procedure. Not like direct attempt. Step-by-step process is available. The step-by-step process is called what there? A JDBC. The step-by-step process is called as what there? JDBC. Right, sir. Now, all right, sir. That's okay, fine. Now, this is exactly the point here. What we are understanding there about this JDBC content here, we are understanding now. Clear? After completion of this content here, then what next one here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. Right. Definition 1 here we understood. Now, definition number 2. Definition number 2. Observe carefully, guys, what I'm telling to know. JDBC is a technology, not a programming language. It will provide an environment to connect with the database from Java applications in order to perform the database operations. Right. Now understand it clearly. What is this JDBC? No, JDBC is a technology, not a programming language. It will provide an environment to connect with the database from Java applications in order to perform the database operations. Now, JDBC is a technology, not a programming language. This point is very, very important for me. JDBC is a technology, not a programming language. What it is actually? What is the meaning of it? Listen, all of you listen carefully. What is the difference between technology and programming language? First, we have to understand that. So after that, we are going to think about what they right. After that, we are going to think how to connect with the database from Java programming, Java language, Java program there. First of all, what is the difference between technology and programming language? Right. Now, observe carefully. Any startup language, any startup part is called what the programming language. Say, for example, core Java programming language, C programming language, C++ programming language, C#, .NET programming language. All these are like what they're programming languages, where new definitions are coming, new syntaxes are coming, new conventions are available. So because of that reason, these are like what they're programming languages. Got it or not? Right. By using these programming languages, a set of libraries will be created, set of classes and interfaces will be created, a separate set of packages will be created to perform a particular type of operations, to build a particular type of applications. The set of library, the set of what I'm telling there, classes and interfaces to perform a particular type of operations, the set of libraries are called as what there, a technology. A set of libraries are called what there? A technology. Understand my point here? Technology is derived from programming language. Programming language is super. Technology is what there? Sub. Best example, JDBC is a technology I am telling. Why? Because JDBC is not having its own syntaxes. JDBC is not having its own conventions. JDBC is not having its own definitions about the programming elements now. JDBC is designed on the top of the core Java only. JDBC is a set of classes and interfaces. JDBC is a collection of packages which are prepared on the base of the core Java only, but they are used for preparing database operations. They are used to implement what they are used to perform database operations from Java applications. They are used to prepare JDBC applications. That's why the JDBC is a set of set of libraries. So the set of libraries is called what there? A technology. So all of you get my point or not? Say for example, okay, this is exactly the difference between programming language and a technology. Again, I'm telling there. If you take like what the C#.NET is available in .NET. C#.NET is a basic one where a set of syntaxes and like definitions and everything is fundamental. Over the top of it, ASP.NET is created. Over the top of that C#.NET, ASP.NET is created. ASP.NET doesn't have its own syntaxes. It follows the same syntaxes of what there? C#. So now ASP.NET is what there? A technology. In Java, if you take the Java, except core Java, everything is a technology. JDBC is a technology, servlets is a technology, JSP is a technology, EJB is a technology. Everything except core Java is a technology. Why? Because they're not having their own syntaxes. They're preparing some libraries on the top of the core Java. Still in advanced Java, still in JDBC, core Java definitions are available. Core Java syntaxes are available. That's it. It doesn't have any of its new syntaxes now. In JDBC, what we are going to use? Same classes, same objects, same encapsulation, same abstraction, same polymorphism, same inheritance. Everything is same as core Java. Same method overriding, same method overloading. These concepts only we are going to use inside like what there JDBC. No, we are not having any other content. Yes, sir. All of you are following these points or not? That is the reason why here we are saying that JDBC is what there is a technology, not a programming language. It will provide an environment to connect with the database from Java applications in order to perform the database operations. Right, sir. Next one is definition 3. Observe carefully. JDBC is an API. JDBC is what there is an API. What is that API? No. Come on. What is the meaning of this API? Application programming interface. JDBC is an API or maybe comma a collection of classes and interfaces. API is also be the same thing here we can understand collection of classes and interfaces. Okay, it can be used to interact with the databases. It can be used to interact with the databases from Java applications in order to perform the database operations from Java applications. In order to perform database operations from what there Java applications. That's it. Now the point here, what we are understanding the content here. Now observe carefully. All of you observe carefully. What is the point here I'm telling to you? JDBC is an API, application programming interface, means the collection of classes and interfaces. Understand my point here? Collection of classes and interfaces. It can be used to interact with the databases from Java applications in order to perform the database operations from Java applications. This is like what I'm telling to you, definition 3 now. Nothing, no need to explain anything here. Just it is a collection of a set of classes and interfaces. That's it, not more than that. Right, sir. Now come for this next one. Observe carefully. Definition 4, this is an important definition, but how much you are going to understand that we have to understand here now. But I'll try to explain to you. Observe carefully. JDBC is an abstraction. JDBC is an abstraction. Actually, if I ask a question to you now, tell me something about object-oriented features. Object-oriented features. If you ask this question now, then we are going to give 7 number of object-oriented features. Where one of the object-oriented feature is what there abstraction. If I ask a question to you now, tell me what is an abstraction. Then we are able to give answers like what there process of hiding some unnecessary and showing some necessary is called as what there abstraction. That is simple definition only we understood, but the real abstraction we are going to understand in this definition. The effective abstraction concept we are going to understand in this particular example that I'm able to show now. Right, sir. JDBC is an abstraction provided by Sun Microsystems and implemented by almost all the database vendors to connect with their databases from Java applications in order to perform the database operations from Java applications. See, if you understand all 4 definitions now, one point is very common. This is very common in all definitions now. Even if you take 100 definitions for JDBC, final target of the JDBC is what? Performing database operations from what? Java applications. We are not going to perform database operations directly on database. No. We want to perform database operations from what? Java application. That means operations related code we want to send from Java application. Your client is what? Client for database is what? Java program, not SQL prompt. Client is what there? Java program. Understand my point here? For database, the client is what there? Java program. Understand it now? Right, sir. Now, coming to the last point. Please read out this statement here. What I have given there? JDBC is what? JDBC is an abstraction. Okay, fine. Abstraction provided by Sun Microsystems and implemented by almost all the database vendors to connect with their databases from Java applications in order to perform the database operations from Java applications. Okay. To understand this point betterly, I'm going to take one example. Now try to understand this example. All of you observe carefully. Right, sir. Now observe carefully. Just casually, I'm asking this question. Do you know? Try to answer for it. How many of you are vegetarians? Vegetarians. I'm asking them. Very less members. Okay. Good. Nice. Vegetarians are not good for society. How much you are dangerous? No, I can give one example. Non-vegetarians are saving the world. Really, I'm telling you. I can give one reason, effective reason. What is that reason there? Vegetarians are used to eat what? Vegetables. Vegetables are coming from what? Trees and plants, right? Trees and plants are giving what? Oxygen. So by eating that vegetables and vegetarians, you are killing the oxygen sources. No, the oxygen deficiency is because of you only. But why non-vegetarians are saving the entire world? Non-vegetarians are used to take what? Sheep or something else, right? What they're doing, they're eating what? Trees and crops and all the things, right? So trees are giving oxygen to us. Animals like what there, sheep and all these are taking what there, that trees and everything they are taking eating. That is their food. We are killing what? Sheep now. So we are killing the sheep, those who are killing the oxygen. So we are saving what there? Oxygen. So non-vegetarians are simply suitable for what their entire society. But vegetarians are dangerous, too much dangerous. It will come, don't worry. Yeah, perfect. I think so. One more time, if I ask the same question, but nobody will raise their hands now. Right, sir. Anyway, just understand it now. Right, sir. Now come for this content here. 1 minute, 1 minute. Fine. Let's move on to the point here. The next one is observe carefully. So I think you're already aware about the KFC. Not that KFC, right? This KFC. What is it? Arey yaar, chicken, right? KFC outlets, you might be seeing that, right? Are everybody know? KFC chickens. KFC, no? I think the same name, KFC only. I think KFC is a brand for some other, right? Am I right? Okay, fine. Arey yaar, my online class is not open. 1 minute. Right, sir. 1 minute. 1 minute. Right. It's okay. Fine. Huh. Yeah, I'm thinking about the time. If I start this example, how much is going to be complete, or I'm thinking about it. Can I discuss this example on tomorrow? Better. If I start it, it may take some time. Minimum 15 to 20 minutes of time I require. Concept is there, right? Java only, not any other example. But example is KFC, but internally Java is there. Can I discuss them tomorrow? Yeah, better. Better. Tomorrow just rewind to me. Maybe. Then how mood is going to be available, I don't know, right? Just wait 5 minutes out of. I'll complete it. Wait. Don't. Come. Say for example, in a Hyderabad, so many KFC outlets are available, right? How these outlets are coming there? All the outlets are having the same KFC brand, right? They're not legal to use any other brand. They have to use the same brand, right? Throughout the world, so many outlets are available, right? Understand it now? How they are getting that permission? How they are getting that outlet there? Exactly. Now, KFC is a franchise actually. Franchise in the sense? Franchise in the sense that is a brand. They are having their own brand. If you want to use that brand, then there are some business terms and conditions. I'm giving the logic. The point is what? If you want to take KFC outlet in your location, first of all, we have to contact with the franchisor. Some third-party people are also available. Some interface are also available for that. Okay, we have to contact with them. Then they will give some requirement set. Requirement set in the sense, if they want to give permission for it, no, then they are going to give some abstract. Abstract in the sense, some manual. There where rules and regulations are available. Right. What are the rules and regulations? No. Rule number one. If you want to put any KFC outlet, you have to check all the nearby KFC outlets for you. It should be minimum 3 kilometers distance, or at least 1.5 kilometer distance minimum we have to maintain. Then only they are going to give permission. Point number one. Right. Now the parking space is mandatory. Nearly 2000 square feet parking space is mandatory. You have to show that. Next, whatever the building we have taken, that should be rental. That should be rental or maybe permanent, no problem. But minimum 10 years of rental agreement you have to submit. 10 years of rental agreement we have to submit. Otherwise, they will not give permission. Why? Because and today, if we take the permission within 6 months of time, if we close that outlet, is a brand. That means we are going to get damage for the brand. That's why minimum 10 years of time we have to maintain that. But whether we want to maintain the 10 years of time or we want to shift your permissions and everything to some other, if you want to sell that to some other, that depends on your option here. But first of all, the 10 years of rental agreement here we have to show. Understand it clearly. Then after that, if we put any outlet of this KFC, you have to sell only KFC related products only. KFC permitted products only. You should not sell your own products. Understand my point? You know? So KFC is a brand I want to keep, but where I want to go for some mirchi bhajis, no, then nobody will accept it. Sir, I get my point. What I am telling you, right? Sir? Then definitely, then we have to maintain that KFC standards. All right. If you agree all these things, then the last point is very very important. If you want to get that KFC brand, the goodwill we have to pay nearly 1.5 crore. 3, no? As of now, I think you are already in that business, right? No. Already inquired about it. Okay, fine, good, nice. 3 crores. Good, nice. 3 crores. Information, some input. 3 crores, right? These are the terms and conditions. They are the terms and conditions. If these terms and conditions, if you're okay, then only you can go for agreement. If you go for agreement, then what they are going to do? No, they are going to give that plan and everything. You have to take that agreement and we have to take that plan. Then they are going to give the total plan there. You have to get that plan. That plan we have to implement at your location. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? You have to implement it. They are not going to implement. You have to implement. But if you want to get the help for implementing that entire plan, they will suggest some teams, some third-party teams are available. That team will come to you. That team will help you. Even the cooking department is also be provided by that KFC if you require. First 1 week of time, they will give training for you. You can select the employees. We can recruit the employees there. If you submit that employees to the KFC outlet, KFC franchises, no, they will give 1 week of time training for it. How to cook that KFC chickens and everything, and how to sell, how to behave with customers. They are going to give 1 week of training. After completion of 1 week of training, that resources are ready. Then we can start business there. We can start your outlet there. That they are going to give some help. Even that infrastructure creation also be provided by that KFC people if you are interested, if you pay for them. Understand it? What I am telling you. So these are the terms and conditions are available for it. Okay. Now tell me. Here nearly 10 members are available. They want to take the KFC outlets. KFC franchise is single. Their plan is very good, very clear. Only one plan. But how many members are implementing that? 10 members are implementing that. Understand my point here? Person 1, person 2, person 3, and so on. 10 persons. Their implementations are different or not? Their implementations are their own implementation they are going to provide. That means abstract only they are giving. They are getting that abstract. They are getting that manual only. They are getting the total abstract only. That abstract they have to implement in their locations in their own way. Understand my point here? No. Same thing is going on in JDBC. JDBC is an abstraction provided by Sun Microsystems. Like what? KFC franchisor. Giving an abstract, only manual, paper plan. But all the people, those who want to keep outlets, no, they have taken that abstract, they are implementing this plan or not. They are keeping their own outlet. They are selling that products or not. Their own implementation or not. Similarly, all the database vendors have taken that abstract from Sun Microsystems. They provided their own implementation for JDBC abstraction. For what purpose there? For allowing JDBC developers to interact with this particular database. Now, just plan is provided by Sun Microsystems and implementations are provided by, come on guys, implementations are provided by all the database vendors. Implementations are provided by all the database vendors. Understand my point clearly? KFC is a franchise. Just it is a set of rules and regulations. Just it is a plan. It is an abstraction provided by KFC franchisor, but implementations are done by vendors, third-party vendors. Similarly, JDBC is an abstraction, is like a franchise, is like what there a set of rules and regulations provided by Sun Microsystems, not implemented by Sun Microsystems, provided by Sun Microsystems and implemented by all the database vendors. Oracle has provided its own implementation, MySQL has provided its own implementation, SQL Server has provided its own implementation, like what there, like some other database, whatever the databases which are available there, they have provided their own implementations. For what purpose there? For allowing JDBC developers to connect with their databases in order to perform database operations from Java applications. That's it. This is exactly the meaning of like what there, the JDBC. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity in this point or not? Nothing, sir. Just only in a simple words here are given there. Easily we can understand it now. Finally here, what's the meaning of JDBC? JDBC is what? As an abstraction provided by Sun Microsystems and implemented by all the database vendors. For what purpose there? To allow the JDBC developers to connect with their databases from Java applications in order to perform database operations from Java applications. That's it. Understand this point here? Then tomorrow we are going to extend more the same discussion again. Right? Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll meet in tomorrow.